Do you know what your main character actually wants? If you're experiencing some writer's block and you want to learn a new tool, in this video you're going to learn how to read a tarot card to help overcome your writer's block. You're going to learn how to read the card intuitively, the actual meaning, and how to associate it with your actual protagonist. The process that I'm going to be showing you how to read a tarot card come from my personal practice. There is a tarot prompt sheet on my website if you would like to go get that for yourself, but this is mostly the process that I use for reading all of my tarot cards. Before we get started, I just want you to know that you can use any tarot deck that you want. I am creating a mermaid character, so I am using a mermaid tarot deck. Behind me are 4 Queen of Swords from 4 different decks. They all essentially mean the exact same thing, but each card is going to give me different creative writing prompts, so I highly recommend that writers who are using tarot cards to overcome their writer's block to find a deck that mostly matches the world that they are trying to create. I'm Chris, and I am a certified tarot reader who's building a community of writers who use tarot cards to help overcome their writing blocks. So let's get into it. To start reading the card intuitively, we're going to use our 6 senses. What do we see, hear, feel emotionally, feel physically within the card, taste, and smell? So right now I see a very strong woman. She is a warrior. She's been through it. She has a lot of experience, and it seems like I feel like I'm seeing this woman who's very powerful. What do I hear? I'm probably more hearing the water swirling around me. I'm not sure that I'm hearing much of anything else at this moment, but whatever those white spots are, it feels very watery. What do I feel emotionally in the card? I actually feel very confident. I feel my word is true. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel just very confident in myself and my leadership. What do I actually feel physically in the card? I definitely feel the sword. I might be able to feel the armor on top of me. However, I've actually been wondering if I am underwater, does the armor float, or does it make me sink even further? And if it does make me sink even further, does it make me stronger because I have more muscle to hold me up? So just something to think about. What do I taste? I don't really taste anything. If I wanted to try to put my tongue onto the steel, maybe taste the metal, I could maybe taste some water, but that looks kind of green, murky water. I don't know if I'd want to taste that. And smell, I'm not really getting any smells. To connect even further intuitively into the card, let's create a small short story about what's going on within it. We're going to do an Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, or what the scene that came before, what's happening now, and what happens next. So, with this being the middle, I feel like prior, it almost feels like her words or her leadership was questioned, and in this scene right now, she is laying down the law, and what she says goes. And I kind of feel like, you know, girl power. I'm gonna let her win, and I'm gonna let the congregation or the army or whoever was against her, let her lead the army into war, into battle. Okay, so let's discuss the actual meaning of the card. Whenever this card comes up for me, I think of the character Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls. She was very witty, good with her words, and she hardly ever stuttered. So, with the swords here, swords is associated with the element of air. Air is associated with our thoughts and our communication. Thoughts and communication are associated with words. Words have a tendency to be, they're good or bad, truthful, not truthful, lies, all that kind of stuff. If you want to go back to swords, swords are also pointy. They are double-edged. So so words have a tendency to hurt people's feelings. Just like what I've mentioned for other court cards, it doesn't necessarily matter the actual gender that's actually on the card. It more refers to the aspects. So depending upon the querent, what the querent is asking, who the querent is asking about, the situation, someone coming in to help them. This could be a man, a woman, boy, girl. It just kind of depends on the person. It could even be the querent. It just depends on the aspects of what the question of what this card actually represents within the reading. Not necessarily that a woman who is good with her words is going to come and help, or that the querent needs to actually embrace being a woman who's good with her words, or whatever. It just depends on more the aspects of the card. Now, we are actually dealing with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Reversals are optional. Not all tarot card readers use them. I do. I feel like they bring more to the reading. A reversal is blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. Sometimes it also actually means the opposite of what the upright card means. So if we are looking at a strong woman who is good with her words, a warrior, maybe in reverse she might be a little bit more abusive. Maybe this one is not very good with her words. Maybe this one stumbles a little bit. Maybe this one seems less confident. Something that I always bring up whenever this card comes up in a reading is the queen aspect. Queens are more feminine. They are more softer. So when this card is upright, to me, the queen seems like she has a tendency to be able to give bad news or give news with a little bit more, with a softer tone. Maybe because this is in reverse, she doesn't. She's a little bit more strictly and to the point. Maybe she has less of a feminine way of going about things. Again, if you're a tarot reader who does not want to use reversals, just flip it over. How do we take all of this information and associate it with what our protagonist wants? Based on past cards that we've gotten, I feel like this character is very not able to express themselves freely. I feel like they are very, I want to say doctored, but they are very told what to say with their speeches. There's a little bit of a lack of self-confidence, a lack of freedom. I feel like with this want, it feels to me like this character wants to be able to just be truthful. It feels like this character wants to have a little bit more confidence and not caring about what other people think of them. I feel like there might be a little bit of a reputation to uphold, and they just don't really want to uphold that reputation anymore. It feels like they want to just let go and be themselves and not worry about what society thinks of them. But because of the position that they're in, they probably have to live up to that position. If the Queen of Swords in reverse came up for your protagonist, how would you have read the card? I would love to know. I just like to see how other people read the cards. If you're enjoying learning how to read tarot cards in this way, and maybe you want to enhance your own tarot practice, maybe you want to meet other writers who are also using tarot cards to overcome their writing blocks, have a little bit more access to me, or get a little bit of help with your own tarot reading practice, I'd like to invite you to join the Narrative Flow. It's a safe community where we are building and growing and supporting each other and allowing ourselves to see what we see creatively within our projects, ourselves, and the cards. In the next video of this series, I am going to be going over what this character needs. Please remember to interact with this video so that I remain in your feed, and I will see you in the next one.